Well, I agree with the title of this album. No matter what, all things must pass. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. I'm still trying to get over last night, but I kind of let it go. If you want to know behind the scenes info, I lost 6 videos. Somebody messed with my setup and turned my mic off, and little gremlins. I didn't even notice. Everything was in the same position as it's supposed to be, so I didn't check. That was my fault, I guess. I should have done the sound check, but there you go. Of course, that'd be when I did like the longest videos ever I recorded. So, but it's okay. And we're back with 2 tracks off of All Things Must Pass, which of course is the 3rd studio album by one of our favorites on the channel, Mr. George Harrison. Of course, it's a triple album released in 1970 after the breakup of the Beatles in the same year. He had a lot of stuff ready to go, so we're going to be listening to What Is Life and the title track, All Things Must Pass. I was gifted this album by a friend from the channel. He's a patron as well, Shiverhinge. He gave me a whole stack of CDs, and this is one of them. And I've done Wah Wah from this album. I'll link it up there, and all the Beatles stuff if you want to watch that too. I've got tons of Beatles reactions, especially on the Patreon, but for YouTube, that's up there. If we've done Wah Wah, like I said, and that track was honestly right after I did A Day in the Life, which is my first Beatles video and my most viewed video. But I haven't really given him a shot other than, like the live in Bangladesh thing we did, in Wawa. So I wanted to focus a little more on him because he'd done a lot of Paul, a lot of John, he just did Ringo, but I want to focus on George because I feel like his solo stuff has a lot to offer. All of them do, but he has something different to offer, and I'm interested in, I'm trying to buy what he's selling, you know what I mean? So let's go. And this is a pick from me, baby. I'm taking over today. Let's go. And if y'all are not subscribed, please help a brother out. Click that icon right there, and then hit that button somewhere down there. I'd appreciate it. And leave a like and a comment. All right, first up, What Is Life by George Harrison. 3, 2, 1, go. Such a good riff. So many people on this album. This is so good. Imagine that with the Beatles harmonies too. That'd have been even better. Holy shit. such a good riff. That's Pete Drake on the pedal steel, I'm guessing. Killing it, dude. I like those strings, too. Ringo was on fire, that one. That's crazy. It says Clapton was on electric guitar, too. So he's playing everything with George, I'm guessing. Carl Radle on the bass, Ringo on the drums. Alan White on the drums, too. I wonder if that was Ringo. That might have been Alan, now I think about it. I don't know. Let me know. No, I think about it. It's not more like Alan. All things must pass. That's Pete Drake too, I think. I don't know if it's like a trombone or a trumpet, but it's perfect right there.
Daylight is good at arriving at the right time. It's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. All things must pass away.
Man, I felt that one. See, this sounds like Ringo. I think Alan might have been the drummer on the last one. I could be wrong though. Huh. Damn. So there was definitely two things that in both that I connected with, and the first one was the riff in the first track, and then those either trumpet or trombone notes, basically within the "All Things Must Pass," totally made the song. I don't know why those things did it for me, but that totally did it for me. And man, what a prolific songwriter George is, man. Like, I know he kind of got the short end of the stick in the Beatles. When it came in the songwriting department, at least, I've mentioned this before because y'all have told me, it's mostly, John and Paul, and maybe one George track, maybe two if he was lucky, maybe one Ringo track, two if he was lucky, on each album. But George had plenty of material. Obviously, if he had this ready to go in 1970, I mean, like, come on, bro, he had that shit ready. He was like, oh, come on, like, put me in, coach, and they finally put him in, and he put his stamp on his solo career really quick, man. Both of those songs are just such a good pairing, because I know that one's on side 2, one's on side 3, but it really just shows the range that George has. The first one was kind of a rockin' track. It could have been a Beatles track, maybe. I could have imagined Paul and John singing harmony on that. It would have made it sound even better, but I thought it was a great song, even without that, obviously. But I thought that first one would have made for a good Beatles track. The second one, I think, was mostly I think that's a George-only track. I think that, that would work. I think they could have done it, too. Obviously, it's the Beatles. They can do anything, but I don't know. I just feel like that second one really felt more like that was a personal song to George, because it's the title track to this album, and this is probably a very important album to him, and he probably put a lot of himself into it, and he's speaking truth in that. Like, all things do pass, no matter what. You can try to hold on to it as long as you want, but that's the true test of something, is if you love it, you let it go, and the whole, bird in a cage thing. If the bird's in the cage, then, do you really love it? It's a very interesting paradox, that, no matter what, we're all going to pass away. This world's going to pass away. Our sun is going to pass away. This entire universe, if it is a universe, will pass away with time, unless this is just an eternal present, and we're already experiencing the end right now. We just don't know. You never know. But I think there's just a huge list of musicians on here. Eric Clapton on electric guitar, backing vocals, Gary Wright on piano, organ, electric piano, Bobby Whitlock on the organ and the piano, Claus on bass, Carl Radle on bass, Jim Gordon on drums, Ringo Starr on drums, Billy Preston on organ, Jim Price on trumpet and trombone. Okay. Bobby Keys on saxophone, Alan White on drums, Pete Drake on the pedal steel. There's so many people. Gary Brooker on piano, Tony Ashton, Mal Evans, Ginger Baker. That's on a different track though. I Remember Jeep. Sounds like a good one. So yeah, I definitely think I think it was Ringo in the second one. I could be wrong. I think it was Alan in the first one. I thought it was Ringo at first. I was like, damn, go ahead, Ringo. But I think that was Alan, to be honest. It sounded more like him. But I think it also Ginger. Oh, so Ginger, yeah, I was on I Remember Jeep. Where's the other one? Already I lost it. Oh yeah, Jim Gordon, man. There's like 3 different Jims from back then that were drummers. I always get that confused. But I can't really pick out his style as well as the other two, because I've heard a lot of Alan, obviously, because of Yes and John stuff, and heard a lot of Ringo, obviously, because of the Beatles. But I've heard Jim and other stuff, but I'm not as familiar with him as the others. But I think whoever was drumming in both songs was great. I think it was 2 different drummers though. Like I said, the trumpet and trombone from whatever his name is, Jim Price, absolutely made that song, especially with George's vocals. It's just taunting, but in a good way almost. It's just letting us know that everything is we don't own anything. Let's just say, where it's all going to be taken from us eventually, no matter what. You don't own anything except I guess your soul, unless you sell it. I couldn't pick between the two. If I had to, though, I might go with the first one because I think Clapton was playing. I think he plays guitar on a few tracks, obviously, because he's. I don't know. It doesn't have like the individual credits for each song, so I don't know who exactly is playing on it. But whoever did played in both was great. I love that riff from George in that first track. It was so good. I cannot wait to listen to that again. I might add that to my Pandora right when this video ends because that riff alone, fantastic song. I might go with that one just because of the energy, a little more energy in it. But I liked how George kind of bared his soul there in that second track for the title track. But what a fantastic album. So Wawa is great. These two tracks are great. I guess I have to listen to more. So if you guys have any other suggestions by Mr. George Harrison, please leave them below. I'll definitely check them out. Like I said, nobody picked this video. This is my pick, and I just randomly picked 2 songs because I just remember what you guys have mentioned over the months. I try to keep track of things in my head, and these 2 were ones that popped up a couple times. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. I love this man. He's such a great songwriter. Each person from the Beatles, man, like they're all such amazing musicians in their own right. Then you put them together, and it's just insane. And I'm glad that I got to dive into some of their albums on Patreon. Speaking of, he's right here, Patreon. Oh fuck, he scares me, man. He just comes out of nowhere. If you join the $15 tier or up, you get 1 free request a month. If you join any of the tiers, you get access to all of my videos that are on there. There's tons of full album reactions that are just for Patreon. Revolver, Abbey Road, Sgt. Pepper, Please Please Me, well, half of it. And then there's half of the White Album as well on there. And then there's all kinds of other bands to explore just for Patreon. Just for you guys. There's also a patrons only Discord that you get an invite to once you join. You can come chat with us, come hang out. We'd love to have you. And then there is a PayPal and Cash App if you'd like to leave a tip or send a request in that way. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you later.